Primroses, violets and the other early arrivals are bringing delights to gardens across the country and reminding us that winter is over and Easter is here. Here with her springtime favourites with an Easter twist, horticulturist Camilla Bassett-Smith. Isn't this smashing? Eggs a go-go.
Yeah, so colourful and the weather couldn't be better, really, could it?
No, perfect, isn't it?
Violets starting off with. I think violets are a really classic plant that has a really rich history going back to sort of ancient Greece. And Napoleon loved them, apparently, and he was known as Corporal Violet.
Was he really? Well, not to his face, because he could get very stroppy.
No, exactly. You wouldn't want to risk that, would you? But in the 18th and 19th century, they started growing them a lot commercially for the flowers. Very well known. People had little corsages. And Dawlish in Devon became very well known for growing them. Acres and acres, and sending them off to London on a special train to Covent Garden for the flower market.
Yes.
So I love the history behind violets. And the ones that we have in our garden, these are dog violets, the sort of common natives, if you like. I say common, it always sounds so harsh to call a flower common, but
widespread.
Yes, exactly. Quite small. These ones are unscented, but so delicate and pretty. And then you've got the wood violets or the sweet violets here, which have that amazing scent, don't they?
But of course you've got to get down there unless you stand still and the air's still and warm and the scent drifts up.
Really
but
that's
just a sneaker.
Yeah, especially in the sun.
They're coming in the sun,
And of course used for perfume, aren't they? I mean, quite, you would say maybe a perfume of times gone by more, but we have this little perfume bottle here, isn't it sweet?
Oh gosh, yes.
And this is Ye Old Devon Violets.
Right, so that was what you put your violet water in? Yeah,
with a little vial there.
Oh, clever stuff.
So, yeah, and still used today in perfumery, but also in confectionery as well. And moving on to the Palmer violets over here. Now, these are half hardy. But you've grown these before, haven't you, Alan?
I have many years ago. I haven't got them anymore. But look, it's a strange double little flower.
Yeah.
But they're very strongly scented, aren't they?
They are, and they're used. Everybody knows the Palmer Violet Sweets, which we've got at the front there, and they're kind of, some people...
Do you know, I used to know those as kids. Violet cashews, we used to call them.
Did you? They're very soapy, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
But, good, quite nice sort of breath fresheners. Not saying that you need it, Alan.
Suddenly the years fall away and you remember eating them as a nipper.
They're really sweet. And also,
I like those.
You can have a packet, put a few in your pocket. Now, primroses as well are a classic sort of Easter flower, and they are gorgeous. We've got our native ones here. Which, I mean, across banks at the moment look so pretty. But various variations as well, from your doubles and your sort of the ones with the really nice centres, the eyes as well. So a real wealth of choice, and great in pots and baskets and things
because
like that.
If you've got no garden at all, you've got a balcony, you've got a windowsill, you know, you have a real pop of colour from those, and they last for weeks and
weeks. They do. So
really
Easter extravaganza in colour.
Why have you got your washing out?
Well, you know, I thought it was a nice day, Alan. I'd get a bit done. Thinking about when you do garden, and this weekend we're all going to be out in the garden doing things, protecting your hands and your knees sounds like that song, doesn't it? Head, shoulders, knees, knees and toes. But thinking about what you do and what gardening you're doing, and for your gloves, for your hands, if you're doing, you know, a fair weather gardener, a little bit here and there, some people don't wear them, or you can get a sort of a very inexpensive pair and that's fine. But if you're with brambles or roses or anything like that,
these are really sturdy, aren't they?
Yeah, you want
so you've got
gloves.
Fabric there, but it's very dense fabric.
These are scratch-proof. So they've actually got special fibres in, which mean you're not going to get sort of all those nasties from the brambles into your arms. Yeah. Then you've got to be thinking about grip, really. If you're moving pots around, I'm forever picking up terracotta pots, and then you drop them, and it's a problem. So latex with a good grip is something that I think it's good to think about. And also claw gloves as well. These little funny ones here. They're
claw gloves? I've not seen those before.
Modelled on a mole's fingernails. I always feel I want to paint the edge, but I won't.
Well, I wouldn't.
No. Might get funny looks.
Good for scraping holes out the garden.
But really handy if you want to sort of multi-purpose, a bit of digging and a bit of weeding as well. Waterproof as well if it's raining. I mean, quite a few of them are waterproof anyway, but particularly if you're in the borders when it's wet and soggy, think about that. Comfort with leather as well. And if you're an Instagram lover, which, Alan, I know you've recently joined, you can get smartphone-ready gloves as well.
Oh, so you can still use your phone.
You can be weeding and then on the phone.
Oh, no. That'll do.
That'll
I don't want to be on the phone. I want to escape the phone.
Exactly.
But handy
With
if you
those,
don't.
You wouldn't escape with those because those are high vis. So you can't. There's no hiding in the border with those.
So if you keep tipping your gloves into the compost heap, you can't see them.
Yeah,
those are the
exactly there. And then made out of recycled bottles, which environmentally friendly. Think about what gloves are made of, and I think that's a really good thing for the future. And finally, what they look like. I mean, I like a pretty glove as much as the next
Do you?
person.
Do you know?
Yeah,
I'd never have
you would
guessed.
never have known.
Now, when you get to a certain age,
Yes.
and even when you don't, these are really handy.
They are. You need to be comfortable when you're
Neela.
weeding, and a lot of the time in gardening, you are down on your knees. I mean, this is going to win no prizes for aesthetics.
But it's inexpensive.
Yeah, it works.
And then the other end,
Yeah,
you've got this.
you've got
I use one of these because it's covered in.
We've got like a wax cotton and a leather.
Exactly
sort of
that. You know, your
mix
waterproof
there.
jacket.
Yeah,
It's that fabric.
really, really hardy.
And you can chuck it down. And always got to remember, and this is handy because it's got leather on one side, so you know that's the side for your knees and that's the side for the ground.
Yes, yeah, and also it's brown, so it doesn't get too dirty, does it? You've got the pretty ones as well here, or denim, various sort of options.
And these, I use these a lot actually when we're filming.
They're comfy,
Love Your
aren't
Garden.
they? Because
Yeah.
they're mouldable.
Yeah.
And a bit like a mattress that you can have, or a pillow. Really, really great on the ground.
A memory foam Neela.
Indeed.
No.
Yes. And then at the front there, this one's a little bit sort of, I would say, more used by people in maybe the building industry or tradespeople for, say, plumbers or whatever. But it's really good. It's hard wearing for a patio.
Yeah.
With a little section in the middle, you can put sort of garden ties
Or
bits and bobs.
sweets.
Yes, some little violets from earlier. Yeah, but that's good to think about as well. Very good on a flat surface, that one, on
Yeah.
a patio. But this one...
So you now this will go up or down, won't
yeah,
it?
it will. So you can have a
sit on
if
it.
you're feeling a bit tired.
Okay,
Yeah,
demonstration.
very nice.
Or
turn around. But the great thing with that is because you can lift yourself. Because I'm getting
yes,
to an
I
age I get down, I'm not sure I can get back up again.
give me a look more geriatric than I really am. Only slightly.
No, not at all. But this is fun. I shall demo. Here we are. Right, so these you can just pop on to your legs like this.
So
As so.
so it moves.
Yeah,
because
and then
of
you're down like
Yeah.
that. And actually really comfortable
Yeah.
and quite easy. So this is an option as well if you don't want to be lugging something around with you. And finally, for ease of ease, well, you don't have to take anything out. You can get trousers with inbuilt kneeling pads.
Yes, how excellent.
They look very fine, sir.
Yes, not exactly drain pipe, are they? Yeah.
But
Well, there we
so
are.
much to choose from, really. And I think it does to be prepared, doesn't it, for all the gardening we're going to be doing.
Easter's not just about bonnets, is it?
It's not, no.
Gloves, Neelas, trousers.
I'm exhausted.
everything. I'm exhausted just from listening to you. Thanks, Camilla.